Hey guys, I just thought I'd do a quick video to talk about permaculture. Permaculture is something that's a really big influence in the way that I've developed space plants as a business. And I thought I'd give you a little insight as to what it is and what it means to me. Yeah, permaculture is the combination of two words, and it's permanent and agriculture. And it was coined by Bill Mollison back in the 70s, and it was really looking at how we can make agriculture sustainable, make it permanent and something that continues long into the future, and address some of the big issues that we're having with agriculture at the time. But I think it's become a lot more than that. It's a nature-based inspired design system. A common definition of permaculture, and I'll just read that, is a conscious design of sustainable human settlements and agriculturally productive systems which have the diversity, the stability, resilience and creativity of a natural ecosystem. And I think that's a really cool definition, but it can be even more. Hello Bailey, look, here comes my puppy dog. He just came running up to say hello. That's Bailey, he's the mascot. Good boy. And it gets us thinking of how we can be, an ecosystem, part of the ecosystem. And I think that's, the cool thing about it. And that's really, when we want to design with nature and we want to think about how we can support nature, and in return, the rewards we get are incredible. So I thought the best way to explain what permaculture is and what permaculture is specifically to me is to take you for a little walk through my garden. So yeah, when we become gardeners, this is what I love about being a gardener, is we've got to think about how our garden acts as an ecosystem and what role we can take in best serving the plants that live in this garden, and understand what the balance is. If we get aphids or some sort of problem, what is the imbalance that it might be indicating, that maybe we need to attract lady beetles in to try and, that they eat the aphids, and thinking about how different insects can interact and how I can support that. And I think that's a really, what I think my role is in the garden. And so we've got plenty of edible things in here, and you just walk through, and I love just, harvesting serenium spinach. And this morning I saw blue-asked bumblebees just flying around and landing on these beautiful flowers and drinking the nectar. And it's just so nice to walk through here. You can pick enough for a meal just by going for a quick walk through the garden. So I've been picking, serenium spinach, chilies. I've got grapes coming up here. We've got bananas. So these bananas are Cavendish, and I like to start picking them at this stage when they're green, and you can just chop them up and add them in a stir fry, and they've got like a really potato-y type flavor. I think like a cheesy potato. So it's awesome. You go through and you just pick a bunch of greens and you take it into your kitchen and you cook up a delicious meal. So when you're cooking in the kitchen and you have harvested directly from nature, you're understanding food and you're understanding waste differently as well. So you'll end up with a whole heap of green waste, which you can start, chopping up and putting back into your worm farm or your composting system, which then, you use to create fertilizer that goes back onto the food that you're eating. So it really shows you that direct connection you have with nature. And I think that's, what permaculture is. And it's, I think something that you experience more when you live it and you start gardening and looking after plants and trying to think about that ecosystem and how to support it and heal it and regenerate it. And a reward, you get abundance. And that's how nature works. It's like you take a seed, you plant one seed, and you grow a fruit or a vegetable, and then you end up with a whole heap more of seeds. You get thousands of seeds. So I think that's, what permaculture is.